Hey, everybody, welcome to another edition of Repeater. It is the podcast where we talk to people who are awesome about songs that they love. It's cool. I mean, if you like music, come on, you're already here. You know what's up. My name is Evan Barden, and with me is Pat Cartelli. Pat, what's up?
Oh, nothing. I just ate some pizza, and garlic knots.
Ooh.
So living my best life over here.
We got a real New York Pat over here.
Yeah. I was trying to establish a brand.
Yeah, you're going to become like one of those neighborhood guys of Western Queens, just that everyone goes to like on the internet for advice.
I mean, one can only hope that is my life's trajectory. Just to be that one person you're like, oh yeah, him? yeah, I've seen him around.
Yeah.
you love a I've seen him around kind of character. And with us, we're just gonna introduce him. We're so happy to have Erik Garlington of the band Proper. Erik, hey, what's up?
Nothing much. Just got back from getting groceries, so not as luxurious as Pat's meal, but okay. When I make this food later, I'm still going to enjoy it. So, you know, just chilling on this random rainy day.
Yeah. I love that you guys we have one person who's been satiated, one person who's looking forward to eating. We're trying to cover all the bases. For anyone who's listening who is hungry, you are not alone, and you will find like comfort soon, you know?
Soon. We don't know when, but soon.
Yeah.
Soon.
Evan, where are you on the food spectrum today?
Oh, okay. So I had a great lunch, but that was a little while ago now, and I had some chips before this, and now I'm having a drink. So
love that.
And there's no plans for food. Like food will happen, but I don't know what's up with that. So
going rogue. Okay.
Yeah, I don't want people to worry about me, but like I haven't eaten. I don't know when I'm going to eat, but I feel confident that like it'll work out. It's kind of a glass half full sort of scenario right now.
We're all living our own stories. We're all in different movies. It's great. There's something for everybody.
That's true, Pat. Mm-hmm. That's really true. I appreciate that. You're not alone, folks. You know, no matter where you are.
Yes.
But this show typically is not about food. It's typically about music. We usually focus on music.
Food for your ears.
And the food for your ears. And in that world, Erik is a chef because he makes food, he makes music. Yes. But so typically we focus on music, and we kick things off each and every episode talking about something that we've been listening to recently, kind of a shout out, give you something to maybe you can check out yourself. Pat, what have you been listening to recently?
What have I been listening to recently? There's a new Godspeed You Black Emperor record out, and I would be lying if I said I wasn't primarily listening to that. There's the final track on it. It's called Our Side Has to Win, and it just has a really great positive, if not like apocalyptically positive kind of vibe to it. I've been really into that. And then on like the smaller spectrum, my buddy Fernando down in Brazil, Fernando Mota, just released an album called Ensaio pra Destruir. I'm sure that my Portuguese is flawless.
Clearly, yeah. Very proud.
Thank you. But it's a good like indie rock kind of shoegaze vibe. So I highly recommend both of those.
I dig it. I love that idea that something can be like positively apocalyptic. Does that feel like it's apocalyptic in kind of like tone, but then makes you feel good? Or do you think it's somebody who thinks that like the world is going to end, but in like a happy way?
I mean, to me, it sort of sounds like there's a bit of dread to the music. There's a bit of like a lot of tension and uneasiness and unsettlingness, which is a real word. But with this feeling of like maybe like a storm has passed and there's destruction in the wake, but the sun's coming back out.
Yeah. I feel like that's pretty par for the course for them.
Yeah.
Or like Have a Nice Life or Caspian, or like those bands where it's just like, I could cry to this and then have the best day of my life after, while the album is still playing. Like those type of albums really. I haven't heard the new Godspeed You album, but now I'm going to listen to it after this.
Yeah, I like it a lot, and I feel like it's very fittingly timed for vaccines or vaccinations starting to happen.
Yeah, I was gonna say it feels kind of like spot on for this spring. Is starting to feel like this kind of breaking through, like sunshine breaking through clouds, kind of.
For sure.
Kind of time, like we are hopefully in some ways, we're starting to be like, oh, something's lifting, which is very cool. Very cool.
Yeah. No, I like it a lot. Evan, how about you? What have you been listening to?
I was going to shout out also a friend of mine. My buddy Aviv is in this great band out in LA called Jacob the Horse, and they put out a new album like last month, I guess, a couple weeks ago. Jacob the Horse's album called College Party Mixtape Volume 1. And just so everyone can like lock it in and remember, the title track is the one I'm shouting out, College Party Mixtape, which is very fun. Punk rock song. I think in general, this band, like, everyone hates a comparison, but I think if you like Jeff Rosenstock, you're going to like Jacob the Horse. I think that's like, it's pretty good overlap. You'll dig it. And this song in particular, it's really starts with a piece of like audio art that I feel like we don't get enough of, which is it's a studio recorded song, but we do have like live audio of people at a party who are getting ready for the band to play, kind of bullshit.
Love that.
And it's like, I feel like it's been a long time since I've had that, like, heard that on a record. You
gotta set the scene.
You gotta set the scene for the College Party Mixtape.
Love it.
But yeah, it's a dope song, dope album. So check them out for sure. Erik, how about you? What's up? What's on the earbuds recently?
Now I feel like I need to shout out a friend. I haven't listened to a lot of Sonderbaum's new album. It's just they recently signed to the label that we're on, Big Scary Monsters. So I'm just like, all right, like let's go. It's been really good. But honestly, I've been listening to Kevin Gates' last mixtape a lot.
Okay.
Because the first thing I want to do when I'm going to the gym in the morning is just feel like I'm going to murder someone. So it's been a lot of just gang shit at like 7:50 in the morning for no particular reason, but just a lot. I'm one of those gym people where I just like dance music doesn't do it. Indie rock doesn't do it. I just need the most ignorant trap shit I can find. So unfortunately, it's been a lot of that. On the more tame side, obviously, there's been like the staples. Like I'm still spinning Bartees Strange's record. Who just put out a new single? Oh my God, Oceanators put out a new single. Just like, friends bands that you're just like, oh, I'm so proud to see you doing it. And the song Pucks. Like it's been a great time. So just a lot of friends stuff. But then besides like the standards like Isaiah Rashad and SZA and Kevin Gates, there's a lot of rap and R&B is my normal wheelhouse anyway. So a lot of that.
Nice. Yeah, I feel like that's also good to hear. It reminds me of kind of like that. I don't know, the hope that's ahead of us is people who are talking about like gym music again, or like music that they're like, that gets them up, instead of just like coping music, which I feel like we've been in a lot of like that space for the last year. Yeah,
it's been the default. Yeah. And now I guess murder music is my default. So here we are.
I mean, I get
we need the murder music mixtape 21.
Yeah. We're long overdue. I don't know who's next in line. We need a first day out. From someone, whoever's in prison right now. We're waiting.
Looking forward to it.
And so yeah, folks, check out all that shit. That's all good shit. A lot of friends just mentioned. And word of mouth's the best, by far. By
DIY
far.
till I die.
Exactly. But we always talk about a song that means a lot to people, or a song that they're just like into, obsessed with, whatever it is. And I think for this one, we're giving Erik a prompt. So Pat, what was the prompt we gave Erik for this one?
This prompt was a song that you always put on a road trip playlist.
So
Oh my god!
I gotta tell you,
Sorry.
we do not know what Erik is about to like hit us with. We have no clue.
I'm so sorry in advance.
Yeah, you have nothing. We are ready for it.
Yeah.
Like we are.
Okay.
I've been musically lifting all day just to be like
Okay.
strong enough to handle whatever you're gonna throw at us. So
Okay.
what is it?
So here's the thing: when we're on tour, we really just like to hate each other and get under each other's skin. Like Eli and Tosh and Lexa know that I just dislike Korn with all that I have. So when we were on tour that year, that new Korn record came out. You know what they fucking played every damn day? So the one that I play that no one ever seems to enjoy is this song called "I Should Be Dead," or it's ISBD by Zelooperz, and it's the most grating song that I can think of, and the beat is just made out of dolphin chirps. So anytime whoever's in the front seat with me is just like, "What is this?" And I'm just like, I unashamedly actually love the song, but no one else ever loves it, so I will just play it like clockwork. Tour, going to see my parents anytime.
I have so many thoughts on what this might sound like. And this feels like something I would be into, but also, who knows?
If you like JPEG Mafia and like weird stuff like that, but way more grating and way less talented, this song is for you.
High praise.
I think for our edification, Pat and I need to listen to this song right now.
Yeah.
So, Pat, I'm bringing it up. I think if you want to bring it up yourself, that might be the best audio experience.
Yeah. Zelooperz.
Yeah.
And the name is ISBD. I Should Be Dead.
The album art or the single art, whatever this is gorgeous. I love that.
Yeah, right? It's insane.
It's like a golden skull with a crown of leaves?
I think like some laurel or something like that.
It's gorgeous. Yeah. Evan, should we try to play?
Really cool.
I'm in.
Oh, you're in?
No, I'm already in, dude. I'm leaving you behind.
Okay. And the rapper draws all of his own art.
Oh,
also.
cool.
So that album art is his, yeah.
There's the dolphins. I gotta say,
I'm watching the video and having like a whole experience.
There's a video?
Oh, the video's insane.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I'm gonna switch to that.
Yeah. And like, he was discovered by Danny Brown, so you know that he's probably actually insane. The video is a whole experience.
I mean, I gotta say, so for our listeners, it's tamer than I was expecting. Like, I think
really,
I think I was expecting like the sound of like more noise, like noise rock, you know, like really grating.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. No, this bops. This is good.
Do y'all like it? Oh, fuck yes. Okay, cool. I have good taste. Yes.
It's cool. It's cool.
I think maybe his voice is usually the part that people are just like, what is...
I get that.
Why?
Yeah.
But it's just like, but you love Young Thug, don't you? Listen to this. This is great.
No, I like that. I mean,
there is just like a lo-fi kind of quality to the voice, right? Like,
oh yeah.
Like this person's not trained vocally. This is great. Yeah. I think that's part of the appeal, right?
Yeah.
Erik, do you know Hatebeak?
No, but that name makes me want to. So please tell me more.
It's when you said that there was dolphin samples in this, that's the first thing I thought of was Hatebeak, because Hatebeak was, I think it's a guy, maybe I'm wrong, but I think it's a guy from Pig Destroyer who started like a death metal band, and his parakeet or parrot did all the vocals. So it's just a squawking bird.
I love this.
That is what I expected for this ISBD song to sound like.
Mm-hmm.
So
that is someone from Pig Destroyer, Pat. Confirmed.
That's insane. I'm definitely
the parrot who is listed on the Wikipedia page as vocals is Waldo the parrot.
Naturally, yeah. What a parrot-ass name. I love that.
Yeah, absolutely incredible.
Oh, me and Waldo were born in the same year. Wow. Damn, Waldo's got me. He has a wiki and I don't yet. Shit.
But yeah, I mean, I only bring that up to say, like, I can see why people potentially are like, no, thank you. But like, I like this a lot. This is fun.
Thank you. Okay. Fuck yeah.
So
Because it'll be like, I'll play like a Claro song and then like maybe like some The Weeknd. And then this comes on and it's very grating in comparison.
Yes. I can also see that.
This is your power move song, is what it sounds like.
Yeah. That's me asserting my dominance hour 1 into a 13-hour drive. Just setting the tone, like, this is how this is going to go, y'all.
Right.
So
now, do you feel like, obviously we're getting a bit of the dynamic of what it is to tour with Proper right now.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you want to put that song on, like you just said at the start of a drive, to set the tone?
Yeah.
Is that more often, or are you more is it more often being done like in a direct or immediate retaliation to someone else's song choice? You know what I mean? Like
No,
where do you? I'm sure it's both, but where do you
Very
find the city
proactive.
more often?
I'm a very proactive
Okay.
shit starter.
Okay.
So it's just, especially, so Elijah, our drummer, he very much loves to pick a joke and do it all day to death. And knowing he's the youngest in the, well, now the Alexis joined. He's the youngest, was the youngest in the group. So he very much is that little brother that wants to piss you off.
Mhm.
So he'll say like, I don't know, a SpongeBob joke, like, my leg. And he'll do it 20 times in 30 minutes and laugh just as hard every time. So this is me, like, before you even start your shit, I'm going to try and play some shit that I don't think anyone likes.
Mhm. Mhm.
But then Eli is also like, he'll be in the back with his earbuds in and he just will not engage. So,
I hear that.
So I haven't figured out how to best Elijah just yet, but I'm working on it.
You just
know?
have to figure out how to like intercept the earbuds. Like
Yeah, I
rewire
have to figure out his
them.
Bluetooth
Yeah.
password. Yeah. Maybe I'll get an iPhone finally just so I can airdrop him some shit while I'm driving.
Yeah.
Fuck
That
it.
seems worth
Yeah.
it.
What could go wrong?
Probably
Yeah,
nothing.
just to commit to the bit. Yeah.
Do you find yourself with that kind of like, you want to be proactive, you want to get this out of there? Is that like a friends and family thing, or is that also would you also do that amongst strangers? Like if you had to jump in a car with a bunch of people, are you the
No,
person
I'm
that
not
like
a serial killer.
So I'm just trying to understand, like, you know, you're not the dog
just the
marking his
band.
territory to anyone. You're like,
No, just
you're like,
just
I
the
know
band.
you know me.
Yeah.
I am going to irritate you because
Yeah.
we're allowed to do that with each other.
Yeah, we're just in the band. We just fuck with each other, just because. Why not? What else do we have to do? And it's
That's a
like we're
good
gonna be
dynamic.
together
I
for like
mean-
3-4 weeks at a time. Like, so you know, we try to keep it pretty relaxed, and we'll be
Yeah.
like, no, seriously, please stop. And then that's usually the end of it. But yeah, I'm definitely not to any strangers. It's a very much a comfort thing.
Yeah.
Just like, you know, me and my best friends
Yes.
on the road, hating each other but loving it. You know.
Yeah, because
Yes.
I've done road trips, but I
Mhm.
have never been on tour. And so I can only imagine
Mm.
what it's like, you know, doing one stretch of, what'd you say, 13 hours, but then to continuously
Yeah.
do several hour drives over the course of a month or so. That seems like a slog in and of itself.
Yeah, you just gotta keep it loose. I'm the one that usually likes to drive, so I'm usually have someone passaging with me to just like pass the time. But as far as the dynamic goes, we definitely will play something that we know the others hate, just because.
Yeah.
Because that's love.
Yeah. I think that's got to keep things a little more interesting at times than just really like when everything's pleasant all the time, you know, it's
Yeah.
almost going to like lull everyone into a place of stasis.
Yeah,
And, you know, it's key to just pass the time, right? I
yeah,
have to
and
assume.
obviously, if we have another band sharing the van with us, then like we'll kind of suss it out to see what their level of like
Yeah.
malarkey is. But like, if you know, in the UK, we've always been respectful because it's like we're not about to come 1,000 miles to be hated by this band that we're about to be with. So like, but it's like usually like other Southern bands or other Black bands, it's like we're gonna just do the dumbest shit.
Mhm.
We're gonna quote the Boondocks all day and then stop at every chicken spot, even though we had chicken for all day yesterday. So it just depends on like we're good at reading the room.
Yeah. Do you feel like you have a built-in endurance for driving long distances at all?
Oh yeah, my dad is pushing 60 something and he's still, whenever he comes here, they're in North Dakota, they drive, and that's about 30
Oh,
hours.
boy. You're from North Dakota.
I'm in a military family, so that's where they are now.
Got it.
But it's always been my mom's from Seattle, my dad's from Florida. So everywhere we've lived, it's always been a drive. So I've just
Yeah.
grew up long distance driving anyway. So it's just nothing,
Yeah,
you know, out of the ordinary for me. So I just love it.
that's cool.
I just grandfathered into it.
Yeah. I reflect sometimes, like Pat and I are both from the Northeast. And I think people around in the Northeast, like they live one place and they often vacation like still within the region, and everyone like a long drive. I don't know, Pat. I mean, like the longest drive most people take is like what 6 to 8 hours. That's like for most people, they're like that's the limit.
And you can see a lot of stuff. Y'all have so many cool neighboring cities here. Like when I was in Kansas City, you'd be like, all right, coolest thing is St. Louis. That's about 4 or 5 hours, and then nothing.
Yeah.
So many options in an 8-hour span. Sure. That's insane. I love that.
Yeah. But I think our tolerance naturally is nowhere near that of anyone that lives like, I don't know, anywhere in the middle of the country, like 60% of the country, 75% of the country, you know?
Yeah, I think there's like definitely a limit. Like on one of our first tours, I booked to South by, and I just did not comprehend the scope of Oklahoma and Texas. Oof. And Eli, who is from Texas, is an asshole and just let me fail. So it was literally a 26-hour drive. Oof. We would fall asleep in the van and wake up still in the van. And he was just like, I didn't want to tell you, so I just let you fuck up. So went from like Kansas City to El Paso, and I just had never really been to Texas before, so I just did not believe him that it was that big. And I was like, oh, I lived in Alaska for 5 years. I know big, what? And I was dead wrong.
I drove once from Arizona to New York.
Oh my God.
And we drove through the panhandle of Texas. So like that wasn't, because one option was to go across all of Texas. And I was like, you know what? Let's see some other states. But we got to, I think it was Kansas, and the GPS just said, okay, so for the next 380 miles, go straight. Yeah. And it was just,
that sounds
just
about
straight.
Right. Yeah.
And I think the car that I was in, the CD deck was broken, and the only CD that it was like a mixtape, and it had that Ting Ting song, That's Not My Name. So I got intimately familiar with that song.
Yeah. God.
Hypnotizing driving for 380 miles.
I mean, that could be the kind of song that after enough listens also becomes a little polarizing.
Yeah. Because she never tells you her name in that song. I got angry at that song.
I don't even think I ever even realized that. That's brutal. Yeah. So I don't, there's nothing qualitative about this. I was like, this isn't really a compliment, but like sounds like you grew up in some big places, Eric.
Yeah. Alaska, Germany, Guam, which is near Japan, Mississippi, just everywhere.
Yeah.
For not long enough. I'd move like every 2-3 years. But yeah, a lot of places.
I mean, I gotta think like, how does that shape you as an artist in this world? Because you've been to a lot of places, but you probably also, I would imagine, have to carve out who you are because you're moving through all these different spaces and everything.
Yeah. It's pretty much just like your identity changes every time you move, because I went from, in order, Germany to Mississippi to Guam to South Carolina to Alaska to Mississippi to Texas for like a month, and then back to Missouri. And then it was just ridiculous. So it was a lot of, I don't think I would have had such a wide variety of musical taste if it weren't for that. Shouts out. But it definitely, it takes a long time to figure out like, well, do I like this? Is this my thing? Or is that just what is popular in this region? And I'm, like when I first heard emo music, it was only because I'd moved to the Midwest. And I was just like, modern baseball? What is oh my God, what is this? And like I fell in love with it so hard, so quickly. I was just like, do I actually like this? Or is this just a new sound to me? And then I heard Tiny Moving Parts and the Hotelier. I was like, yes, I love this shit. So it's just a lot of like bits and pieces. I had a lot of like, Hot Topic was everywhere. So I still had a lot of like unnecessarily skinny jeans and rainbow studded belt and stuff. But like the things that were always prevalent was like, I knew that I liked guitar and I liked like more post-hardcore, the umbrella of it. So like from like Mars Volta and 3 and Coheed all the way to like Pierce the Veil and stuff like that, and like Protest the Hero, prog type stuff. So it was kind of just like, I always knew I'd liked heavier music, but I was just dialing in which one was like my thing,
Yeah.
So knowing that, I can't imagine moving that much. Like what that must be for, like you were saying, your own identity. Was music a way to like a through line between places when you were meeting new people?
Oh yeah, I would deliberately buy band tees just so someone could be like, "Whoa, you like this band?" And then it's always, "You like this band? you're black and you like this band? And then try to filter those people out. But it was always, music was it. Especially moving every 2-3 years, I didn't really have, like, my bandmates now are my best friends of my entire life. Like, I can't imagine what it's like to, like, go over to your friend's house for dinner and know their parents' name. Like, that's weird to me. It's just not where I'm from. So, like, it was a lot of just, dyeing my hair to see what the other punk kids will notice me, or skateboarding, and I was terrible at it. Like, doing a lot of, like, punk things to get the attention of the people I wanted to be friends with. But, like, trying way too hard, because I'd be like, all right, I got three years. Let's start the clock now.
Yeah.
So just trying to do it all way too quick and probably being weird to people.
Yeah. I mean, you got to send up that flag, right? It's like, you need to somehow let people know that, like, hey, I might be the guy you're looking for, kind of thing.
Yeah, like immediately trying too hard for me. Yeah, but the flag was up. So.
When did playing music come into your life?
Let's see. All right, so Drumline, remember that Nick Cannon movie?
Mm-hmm.
What year was that? Like 2002?
Ooh, that sounds right.
Probably. It had to be the early aughts. I don't think I was in even 5th, 6th grade when it came out. But it came out when I was in South Carolina. So I was near a bunch of historically black colleges and just a lot of just general Southern black art and culture. And I was like, I'm going to play drums. But me and every other 11-year-old wanted that also. So they put me on trombone. And I still, to this day, am pretty proficient at trombone.
Nice.
But then I realized I wasn't, like, going to make friends or get a girlfriend. So at 12, I picked up a guitar. And it was, like, within a month, I picked up a guitar and then discovered at the drive-in. And then I've been playing pretty much since then consistently guitar. But then I kind of branched out to, like, mandolin, violin, piano, and other stuff. Because your parents want you to, like, pick up an instrument that can, like, make you some money, and no one ever thinks the guitar is it. So I tried everything before. I was just like, no, Mom, like, guitar is the one. So when I was 12, and I just turned 30 a couple months ago. So was that 18 years?
Damn. That's great.
Long ass time when I say it that way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, because one thing I was thinking about too, and obviously, like, no need to go into listing them all if there have been a bunch of bands, but I almost think of, like, if you're moving around that much, were you able to kind of find other people to be playing with? Was being in a band a constant?
Oh no.
Okay.
No, I was just too nervous. I think my first band was still in high school, was my senior. So like 18, 19.
Yeah.
So I went like 6 years. I've been writing like parts and stuff. I got really good at guitar. Like I could play, y'all know Protest the Hero?
No.
I could play a Protest the Hero song easily.
Wow.
What's like a metal band that shreds? I don't know, like Steve Vai, like all that type of stuff. Like I could play some Mastodon shit or like Mars Volta. I could play some crazy shit. And then I was just like, no one wants to be in this kind of band. Like so 6 years of that before I was just like, metalcore's popping now. Let me play bass in a metalcore band. But there's a song, The Come Up, on our first record. I wrote that in 9th grade.
Whoa.
So I've been sitting on some parts for a long time. So I finally worked up the courage, and right when metalcore is popping off, and I wasted so much time doing that. So 18, 19 is when I finally started joining bands. I think before Proper, I've only been in 3 bands.
Wow.
You would think I've been like, oh, let's do it. But I just didn't have the confidence. It just wasn't there.
I mean, I get it. Like, it's tough to take that first step and be like, I want to play in front of people. Like,
yeah. I always avoided the public speaking classes. I was trombone, so I was always in the back.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, what do you mean I have to like be on a stage in front of someone? That's not me. So it took me a long time to even get that kind of confidence to be a front person now. It still doesn't feel like me.
Yeah. I mean, like, for me, as an example, similar stage fright, like nervous to be up there. So what I did, started a ska band, had 12 people. So it's not like they were only just looking at me. There was a ton of other people.
Exactly.
But
yeah,
I mean,
real big brain shit.
Yeah.
It's a good idea. Why didn't I think of that?
I'm just saying, if you still know trombone, maybe.
Me order one and see how can I make my neighbors even more? Let's find out.
But I do have to say that you, Erik, as a front person to a band, I very much enjoy your banter. I get so much joy out of it. And what was it like? a month or two ago at this point, you all did a live set from Baby's All Right.
Oh, yeah, I was Baby.
Yeah. That was a lot of fun. And
oh God.
There's a whole, sorry to bring this up if this is embarrassing for you, but there is a lot of.
No, it's hilarious.
There was a lot of Gene Simmons talk and Kiss talk. And
what did I say? It was like, hi, we're a Kiss cover band.
Yeah.
Something dumb like that.
It was real dumb, but also it was really great.
Yeah.
I just need you to know that it brought me a lot of joy in my home.
Thank you. So, Evan, it went from we're a Kiss cover band to I am actually Gene Simmons to
Perfect.
I'm just kidding, please don't sue me to please help us out with our legal fund for when they sue us.
Right,
and that was the whole joke for the whole hour that we played. And Eli, Eli and Tosh, Pat, they're just going to fucking go with it and make it even more wacky and ridiculous. So it just kept building and building. We were like, if you want to donate to our cause, and then people actually Venmo'd the band some money for our legal defense.
I mean, Kiss is incredibly litigious from what I've heard. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, Pat, you joke, but I bet they have a lot more copyrights than your average band.
Oh my God.
Sure.
They're like a merchandise machine, or like they have been for decades.
Absolutely.
Well, I think the way that we
drop.
combat this is by getting proper action figures, lunchbox deals,
comic books,
movie tie-ins,
cartoons.
We have to outsue them. That's
Yep.
That's it.
And we have to somehow get like a trademark on your likeness, because I think they all have like their the masks are all IP. That's important. That's the fun stuff about being in a band is the intellectual property.
We'll just trademark our first name. So anyone named Elijah, Natasha, Eric, done. They're done. Cease and desist in the mail within a fortnight.
All right. Well, you heard that. Everybody listening.
You're done.
Yeah.
One of the things that is great about your band is a lot of people, you ask about their band, you ask about like the dynamic, and they're like, oh, we love each other. They're great. They're great friends. And I think sometimes it can like, you hear it and you're like, yeah, it sounds like you're all wearing on each other. But Proper, I mean, the way you speak about your bandmates, but also the way y'all are like live shows and stuff. I mean, so genuinely, I think a group of friends. And and I wonder, like, God forbid, like Proper goes on forever. Proper never dies. Proper's the band until the end of days.
Yeah.
But like, how much does that also feel important to you as somebody who's like creating a band?
Oh, it was paramount. So I've actually moved here 2014, and then Proper didn't happen until 2017 because I spent that much time being so meticulous about who I wanted to make music with. Yeah. I jammed with so many people, and obviously finding other Black artists was a huge. Harder than you would think for being in such a progressive blue place, city. But yeah, that was the paramount thing. And then just having them be so patient with me, being like, I want to just surprise release this album with a full website, with full merch, and it's going to take like a year. And Eli had been in the band for like 10 months before we even announced anything, I think. Just toiling it out. And I was just like, yeah, this is a real one. And just like, luckily, the album did pretty well in the DIY spaces. And then, like, we had that talk. He's like, are you going to expect me to quit my job? Because I cannot do that. I was like, no, why would I do that? And they were both just like, oh, thank God. Because, again, they've been in more bands than me. And, they've just, apparently, they've been through that. I don't know. But so it was just like, I want a family. Because if we're going to be on tour, we need to love each other.
Yeah.
We need to, like, just all this fallout, especially, like, the stereotype of an emo band that's like, the album came out November 2018, and then we break up in March 2019. Like, it's just not happening. So we're always just like, whatever you need to do, it's fine. We don't get jealous about each other starting other bands. We don't get jealous about needing a fill-in. We don't get jealous about like, oh, there's a big tour and I can't go. It's always just like, well, get a fill-in. It's fine. Why would we not want to do the tour? So we're very communicative in how we always operate, how we want to be loved, and how we want to cooperate with each other. Because being a band it's a relationship. So, it's a very healthy, very good relationship that I'm very grateful to have.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds like you wish more people were forming their bands that way. You wish more people kind of had that presence. I don't know. I don't know if what do you think it is? Do you think that when people are looking for an outlet, right? They're looking to get their art out there. Do you feel like sometimes they're in a rush and they don't do that kind of stuff? Do they think they feel starved?
Absolutely.
Do you think, because obviously you're like you brought in this part of the equation, right? You're looking for other Black artists to collaborate with. Is that because that's so intentional?
Yeah.
Is there a world of musicians and artists that just aren't doing that? Not because like, maybe because they don't have to, but they're just not being as thoughtful about who they're working with because there's like a few less check marks, I guess, you know?
Yeah. I mean, just with anything, like people tend to look for a competent musician first. And I was just like, I want to be your friend first. So that was a very backwards thing. Or being like, you know, I don't care if this isn't your normal type of music. We'll figure it out, you know, as long as we have a good time. But yeah, that was part of the problem, was that I was just like, I don't expect for previous people I've worked with, I'm like, I don't expect you to pay for anything. I'm going to take my time. I'm going to get all this stuff made so we can launch correct and hit the ground running. And the issue is always just like, it's been 6 months. What are we doing? Or, you know, what's the holdup? Like, you said you had an album ready. It's been, you know, so-and-so time. And then the other thing is that a lot of people want to be superstars. I'm fortunate to have been in a band before proper that is pretty big now. That I really hate, so I'm not going to give them the time of day to mention. But so you know, I tell them about like my past, or like having like a bass sponsorship at 19, and like we had a house venue in Kansas City, and we would sell out, and it would be like $4,000 in a night at a show. So I would tell them like my competency level, and you know, just see the puppy dog eyes come and just feel like I'm going to let you down. Like, I can't do this. So a lot of people really either want to be a jam band or they want to blow up and just make it. And I just feel like proper is always not being like a middle class band, like a working class blue collar band. We'll take the time to do it right to the best that we can, or until we run out of money, which has been the case for a few things and projects. And we will do it the best that we can, and we're going to enjoy it, because there's no point if we're not having fun. So it's always been, since day one, what I've been about with Eli, Tosh, and our new guitarist, Alexa. I've been like, it's fun. We'll get some good shows, and if anything you don't like, please tell me. Don't let it sit and stew on it.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's awesome.
Yeah, that sounds like such a great way to approach a project. I think so much of what the world is now is like instant gratification. It's, you know, just post something, and like there's nothing wrong with like making something and posting it. But I think it's another level of focus, or I don't know. I envy that decision, or admire that decision to hold on to something for a year and like just launch it all at once.
No, it's definitely like, I'm the opposite of a patient person. Or I got the Barty Strange record like 2 years ago, and I was like, how are you this patient? Like, just drop it. And then, you know, like, I was one of those people who'd be like, just drop it, it's gonna be great. But he put in the work. We helped each other out some stuff, and like been like, yeah, this was great. You built a good team. You asked me for some advice, and now I'm asking you for some advice, and it's like a full circle of how artistry should be. And just trying to be patient is the hardest thing imaginable, because of course I just want to just drop a song, but let's do it, but can't do it.
Yeah. And so much of, at least being a consumer of music, or a consumer of anything really, you just see the end result. And don't really consider what has gone into that. But yeah, I don't know, I just find it so interesting. And like, I would be so excited, like if, like that Bartiz record, I would have a hell of a time sitting on that for 2 years. I'd be like, but it's so good. It needs to be out in the world.
Yeah. And you know it's so good. Right. The thing, dude. It's just like, Bart, how are you doing this? How? It's crazy. But yeah, patience has been the biggest thing I've learned. Is you can put something out and it doesn't go anywhere. But if you take that extra month to like, I always do a staggered release for everything. So if you take an extra month to find out which subreddits will vibe with it, or I was on Tumblr for a while, like it really just makes a difference. Or launching with a website, like I launched with, we used to be called Great White. So I launched with Erik at thegreatwhite.com, and everyone was like, that's so professional. And like, you know, there's those little things that are going to make you seem way cooler of a band than you are that end up paying off in the long run. It really takes some time to just be like, I'm going to wait. It's an email, but I'm just going to wait for it.
Yeah.
Or something small like that.
Yeah. How long have you had Alexa in the band?
She joined us for our full US tour when the second album came out. So, God, what was that, 2018?
Okay.
2019, because it came out summer 2019. We did a full US run with her, and then COVID happened. So she's still in the band. She lives in North Carolina, so she just flies out for the tours. But like, she's never toured overseas. She's never toured. So like, we had all this stuff lined up. We had Europe, we had UK, we were gonna do some South Africa dates.
Oh, sweet.
We were talking about doing some Australian, Japanese dates, and she was like, obviously super excited. And just to see like COVID come and take that away from her really sucked. But she took to it. She loved tours. We already are really great friends. Like, she's a new addition that really feels like another part of the family.
How do you think she will respond to Zelooperz ISBD?
She's heard the song. I don't think she liked it. Alexa is a metalhead through and through also, so she'll like definitely be the first to put her headphones in. Like, she's doesn't listen to much rap or R&B. She is very much the heavier the better.
Got it.
We really bonded with her on. I really bonded with her on that level, with like Dance Gavin Dance and Protest the Hero and like Older Than Sevenfold and stuff like that. But yeah, so she probably hated it, but she's also very kind, so she probably just didn't say anything.
Well, that's good. Very good.
I love that. I just love, and I want to thank you for you brought a divisive song to us that is ultimately about unity, and somehow that is like that feels so hard to accomplish, and it's so perfect.
Thank you.
Erik, where can everybody keep up with you and with Proper?
So all of our socials are at Like Real Proper, except for our YouTube. I couldn't get it, but we don't use it anyway. So Twitter, Instagram, I guess Facebook, but I don't use it. I'm not gonna So Twitter and Instagram, which I rarely use anyway, but yeah, social media is on there. Or likerealproper.com has a one-stop shop for everything.
Hell yeah. And Pat and I have mentioned this several times in the last year of recording, but like we got to see you last show, Pat, before everything shut down. Last show before everything shut down. So like you are truly with Pat and I as our sense memory of what it is to see live music.
Oh, thank you. What show was that?
That was that
Iron St. Vitus?
Iron Sheik.
Yes, Tasha's birthday show. Oh, that was an insane show. Oh, I'm so glad you were there.
Yeah.
It was so much fun.
Thank you. That was a great show. Oh, I missed that feeling.
It was. So yeah, we get to like, that's like the thing that Pat and I are holding on to until real life can kind of resume, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I want to thank you for that. And just say, I think from both Pat and I, obviously, but like, go see this fucking band, everybody. Listen to their music. Proper just kicks ass. I think if you get this sense of like eclectic musical taste that we've gotten from Erik, I think like that rings true with your music and with your fans and stuff like that too. So I want people to check you out.
Thank you. That's the goal. Always.
That's the goal.
I will say there's a wonderful ABBA tribute.
Yes.
It caught me by surprise and I love it so much. In addition to listening to them, please go out and buy their records multiple times, preferably. You can buy merch. The merch is really good. I think we probably also need to continue contributing to the KISS Legal Defense Fund.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah.
Who knows where that's going to go, but like, you can never be too safe.
Oh, I have ruined my life. Yeah.
You can never be too safe. Yeah, Pat, thank you for not forgetting the ABBA heads that listen to the podcast. We don't want them to be neglected ever.
Never. Can't forget.
And yeah, contribute to the Legal Defense Fund. That's obviously super important against KISS. But also great segue. This season of the pod, Pat and I are contributing a little bit of money to a cause of our guest choice for each episode. Erik, who are we giving money to this week?
That would be Planned Parenthood of Greater New York.
Hell yes.
Obviously, if you don't know Planned Parenthood, they help with a lot of reproductive things. They're really they just have always been getting attacked by the right wing and moderates, just everyone. I don't know. Yeah. So they can use every cent that you can spare if you're listening and you want to make a donation. It would really mean a lot to me. It would be really cool of you.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, thank you for bringing that cause to us. We're going to donate a few bucks. We encourage everyone listening to this to do the same. Or if you're not in New York, donate to the Planned Parenthood in your area.
Absolutely.
Donate locally. It's going to help the people. It's going to literally probably help people that you know. Planned Parenthood is such just a robust and incredible organization. all over this damn country.
Yeah.
So
the realest of the real.
Donate.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. Eric, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
An absolute joy. And everyone else out there, if you like the show, please subscribe. Please tell your friends. Word of mouth, like we said, is the best. And until next time, hit repeat.
Repeater is hosted by Evan Ford Barden and Patrick Cartelli. Visit us online at repeater.show for live dates, hot music tips, and show archives. Theme music by the Sun Lions. Everything else by Love Nest Productions. Welcome to Repeater.
It's ass. Complete ass.